Hello students, myself Asri sir. Today we'll discuss the second part of your chapter 2, physical and chemical change. So till last period, we were discussing the sublimation as the physical change. We have discussed the physical change and their characteristics. Today we will discuss what is a chemical change and their characteristics. Okay, so a chemical change is a permanent change in which original substance lose its own composition and properties, and during this change one or more new substance is formed with a different composition and different properties. Okay, for example, if you burn a piece of paper, new substances such as carbon dioxide, water vapor, smoke and ash are produced. Understood? So these molecules of paper and oxygen combine and undergo the change, that is burning of paper, and to form the molecules of these few new substances like carbon dioxide, water vapor, smoke and all these things. So the change is permanent and you cannot reverse it. It cannot be reversed. So you cannot combine ash, water vapor, carbon dioxide, all these things, new substance formed, you cannot combine and form the original substance, that is paper again. So burning of paper is a chemical change. Why? A new substance with a different property is formed. Okay, now what are the characteristics of a chemical change? The characteristics are one or more new substances are formed with a different composition and different properties than the original substance. The change is permanent and irreversible. You cannot reverse back to its original substance. Okay. Then an energy change is generally involved in a chemical change. Understood? Which you cannot find significantly in case of physical changes. So energy is either absorbed or evolved during the chemical change. When a chemical change takes place with the absorption of heat energy, the change is said to be endothermic. Like some examples are there: absorption of heat energy, when water boils to water vapor, liquid water absorbs heat energy and changes to water vapor. Like that. When a chemical change with evolution of heat energy, the change is said to be exothermic. Suppose burning of paper or fuel, it releases heat and light energy. It is called exothermic reaction. Okay. Now, the mass of the substance undergoing a chemical change is generally altered. However, it may be noted that the total mass of the substance involved in the chemical change remains the same. Means what the mass of the original substance is same is that of mass of the after the chemical change. Okay, new substances. So mass is neither created nor destroyed during a chemical change. This is called conservation of mass. What is this conservation of mass? During a chemical change, mass is neither created nor destroyed. This is called the neither created nor destroyed during a chemical change. This is called the conservation of mass. Okay, some examples are given by the side in a box of a chemical change, that is digestion of food, ripening of fruits, burning of candle, rotting of eggs, fermentation, rusting of iron, burning of a piece of magnesium ribbon in air. All these are the examples of chemical changes. So sometimes the question, 1 or 2 mark questions, 1 mark questions may come that digestion of food is an example of dash change, or rusting of iron is an example of dash change. But mostly you have to remember the question will may be asked as give reason why digestion of food is a chemical change. So you have to write that new substances are formed which cannot be reversed. Okay, it is a permanent change, that's why it is a chemical change. Understood? There is a difference between physical change and chemical change based on 4 factors like composition of substance, nature of change, mass of substance, energy change. Okay, so in case of physical changes, what happens? The composition of substance remains same, no new substance is formed. Some physical properties of the original substance may change or may not change, okay? But in case of chemical change, one or more new substance with a different property and different composition from the original substance are formed. Understood? Then nature of change, what is this? The change is temporary and reversible, whereas in case of chemical change the change is permanent and irreversible, okay? Now what is the mass of substance? There is no change in the mass of substance undergoing a physical change. Understood? But in case of a chemical change, there is a change in the mass of substance undergoing a chemical change. However, the total mass of the substance involved in chemical change remains constant. Means, suppose a paper you are weighing and burning it. What is the mass of the paper will not be equal to the mass of ash. But if you calculate the mass of carbon dioxide evolved, water vapor evolved, smoke is evolved, and the mass of ash, if you calculate, it will be almost equal to the mass of the paper. So the conservation of mass work out here, okay? It is constant. Now energy change. No significant change in energy is involved. In case of physical change, the change in energy or energy involved is not significant. But in case of chemical change, energy is either absorbed or evolved. It is most important. So there is a significant change in energy or energy involvement is seen in case of a chemical change, okay? Now we will discuss how the energy is involved in a chemical change or physical change, okay? So during a change, energy is generally evolved or absorbed as we discussed, but it may be in the form of heat, light, sound, or any other form of energy. So energy change takes place when there is a physical change. Understood? But it is not significant. So these changes are generally smaller than the energy change that takes place during the chemical change. Understood? So very prominently you can find the change in energy in case of chemical changes as compared to physical changes. So energy change in a physical change. What is this? So far you learned that in a physical change, two types of processes occur most oftenly. What are they? One of the process is change in state or change of state, and the other is dissolving the substance in a liquid. These two processes you most oftenly observe in case of a physical change. But these processes involve energy change, mainly a change in heat energy. Understood? This is because in a change of state from solid to liquid or from liquid to gas, intermolecular force of attraction between the molecule has been decreased, thereby intermolecular space is increased. This is possible only when solid or liquid absorbs some heat energy. For example, you see the ice is melting, means what? Ice is absorbing heat energy and changes to liquid state. And when water boils, it absorbs heat energy. We are applying heat to the water, liquid water, and the water boils and changes to vapor where the energy is absorbed. Similarly, just opposite, you think in a change of state from liquid to solid or from gas to liquid, the intermolecular force between the molecules increases, thereby the intermolecular space decreases. Understood? Clear? So what happens? Suppose you are putting the liquid water or water in a liquid state in a refrigerator. It changes to solid ice where the heat energy is, what happens? Releases. But opposite, it absorbs. So this can happen, liquid or the gas releases some heat energy. Suppose when the water vapor in the atmosphere, when there is a release of energy, it condenses to form rain as a precipitation. Understood? So here example is given, water while freezing releases heat energy and water vapor while condensing releases heat energy. Understood? So water changes to ice. What is the process? Solidification. So in this case, heat is released when water vapor changes to rain, that is condensing or condensation, where the heat energy is released. So absorption or evolution of heat energy, is also observed when a substance is dissolved. When a substance is dissolved in a liquid, this is another process. So this we discussed in the change of state from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, or gas to liquid, liquid to solid. All these cases we discussed that there is an absorption or release of heat energy. Now absorption or evolution of heat energy is also observed when a substance is dissolved in a liquid. What is that? It happens. Then energy change in a chemical changes. What is that? In a chemical change of substance, the molecule or atoms rearrange themselves to form a new substance. New substance is formed where the molecules or the group of atoms or the radicals rearrange themselves to form new substances. This rearrangement involves some changes, energy changes. So energy is released in some chemical changes, and some chemical changes energy is absorbed. Understood? Energy in the form of heat and light is released in a chemical change which involves the burning of a substance. When a substance burns, what happens? You are getting heat and light in the form of heat and light. The energy is released. Energy in the form of sunlight is also absorbed during photosynthesis. The green plants prepare their own food in presence of sunlight. It absorbs the sunlight. In presence of carbon dioxide and water, they prepare own food by the process called photosynthesis. Here light energy is absorbed during a chemical change. Energy in the form of heat is released when water is added to quicklime. This is one more example that when quicklime, calcium oxide, is added to water, energy is released. Understood? So this is all about your second chapter. We will discuss the question answers I will give you in the next class. Go through the now you know what is given and the keywords. You have to write in the notebook. Okay? Thank you.